Max, I will start with you on this one. Were the Warriors lucky or good?
The answer is always obviously both, but as far as this question is concerned, clearly they were lucky. The Warriors have been lucky this entire dynasty, but in particular last night. You mean to tell me they're playing a Rockets team that is the underdog, but nevertheless is tied up at home, 3-3. They're at home. Now, the Rockets are top-heavy, right? They have two superstars, CP3 and Harden, and CP3 can't play. So they're lucky right away. Nevertheless, the Rockets have a sizable halftime lead. Now, we know that doesn't mean anything against the Golden State Warriors. Boy, that lead better be like 30 points because they go bananas in the third quarter. I get it. I'm not talking about Golden State playing tight defense. I get that. Or hitting shots all over the place. They're going to do that. But it's one thing to miss one of your two superstars when you're a top-heavy team. It's another thing to go 1 for 30 from three. 1 for 30 out of a possible 90 points. They scored 3. Had they simply shot okay from outside, they'd have won by double digits. Just okay. Hit 30% of your shots. You're going to win by, 15 points. They went 1 for 30. The odds of a team that shot like the Rockets during the regular season, shooting as they did against the Warriors, are over 1 in 100,000. Did they get lucky that the team they played was missing their best player and that they shot historically poorly, an all-time choke performance by multiple members of the team? Of course they did. It was among the luckiest situations I can recall in major team sports for the winning team. This was a Game 7. Don't forget, the Rockets were up 3-2 when Chris Paul essentially went out. Right? So Chris Paul, they're up 3-2. They have 2 chances to close them out, but they don't have their second best player. And then they put on one of the biggest choke performances shooting in history. Stephen A., they were tired. D'Antoni goes to a 7-man rotation, all those things. The Warriors play great defense, all that stuff. That does not explain 1 for 30 from outside. You could say some were contested. That's true. Plenty were open looks. The Warriors, who, by the way, have been lucky throughout that dynasty, and I got more to say about that later, but got incredibly lucky last night.
Well, the interesting part about your soliloquy there, Max Kellerman, is that you pick and choose when you want to say that pertaining to whom. Perhaps if you had picked the Golden State Warriors to win this series, you'd have a different take. But because you picked the Rockets and they ultimately let you down, here you are talking about the Golden State Warriors being lucky. No big deal. I understand that. Of course, plausible deniability. You grew up during the Reagan administration. That's where that phraseology comes from, plausible deniability. And nobody has exercised that with the level of expertise than you, my brother. You are gifted when it comes to that. Having said all of that, I'm going to go the route of good instead of lucky.